In this lecture, we are going to talk about the AI transparency legislative model. And the best way to think about the different laws targeting transparency is to think about how they target inputs or how they target outputs. Again, California has really been the pioneer at the state level in this space. So we're going to start with their AB 2013, which is the Training Data Transparency Act. In scope for this law are developers, which the law defines as any person, partnership, corporation, state, or local government agency that designs, codes, produces, or substantially modifies a Gen AI system made available to the public in California. It's notable here that there is no size threshold or revenue tier, so it includes both free or paid options. Duties for these entities are posting on their website a high-level summary of the training data, including these specific 12 elements: data sources, owners, numbers, and types of data points, whether copyright material was included, whether data was purchased or licensed, whether personal data was included, the cleaning and processing practices, the collection time and period, and the usage of synthetic data. Note that training here includes testing, validation, and fine-tuning, and it also includes substantial modification. Under this statute, substantial modification also includes retraining. All right, so we just looked at how inputs are governed. Now we're going to look at how outputs are governed. And again, the example here is California, and we're looking specifically at SB 942. In order to be a covered provider under this law, the entity must be a creator of a Gen AI system with more than 1 million monthly visitors or users, and the system must be publicly accessible in California. There are 4 main duties. The first 2 concern disclosure, and there are 2 types of disclosure we're looking at. There's latent disclosure and manifest disclosure. Latent disclosure is hidden, at least to humans, but it is machine readable. So the latent disclosure is that entities embed latent disclosure in AI-generated image, video, or audio content. Note that it does not include text. And the data embedded must include the provider's name, system name and version, timestamp, unique identifier made permanent, or extraordinarily difficult to remove. And this last point here is relevant to the licensing chain duty that we'll look at in the next slide. The second duty here is offering optional manifest disclosure. This would be something available for humans to understand all of this information included above, but this is optional. The third requirement is the provision of a free public AI detection tool. This would be a URL where an individual could upload something, or perhaps an API that lets users check whether the content was created or altered by the provider's system. The final duty here is the licensing chain duty. So the providers must contractually require their licensees to preserve the latent disclosure capability. And if a provider discovers that a licensee is removing that latent disclosure, I believe there's a 96-hour clock that is then set off where the provider must disengage or report. Anyway, the main thing to remember here is the licensing chain duty for the provider. I don't think you need to remember that 96-hour clock. Another important output statute to remember is Washington's HB 1170. This is similar to California's. They do require the same data provenance, but without the tool. The duty under this law is to embed provenance data into AI-generated or materially altered content. And I believe we've talked about the C2PA in the course. If not, maybe that comes up in the next domain. But C2PA is the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. This is a technical standard that, if implemented by the provider, would satisfy the tamper-resistant requirement for HB 1170. This law also has a carve-out for video games and interactive experiences. So if those video games or experiences are AI generated, then the provenance requirement does not apply. In this lecture, we looked at the transparency legislative model, and the best way to think about these transparency statutes is that they focus on inputs and outputs. For inputs, we looked at California's AB 2013, which is the Training Data Transparency Act. And as we saw, there's a requirement that these covered providers post on their website a high-level summary of the training data addressing the 12 different elements. With regards to outputs in both California and Washington, the entities targeted are creators of Gen AI systems with more than 1 million monthly visitors or users, and that system must be publicly accessible in California or in Washington. Duties include latent and manifest disclosure, a public detection tool, at least in California, and a licensing chain of duty.